for the social needs. So that is the way we have to bridge with the industrial needs, and those who are having the technology development, innovative way, or some kind of inventions or findings. So that is also creating some kind of new knowledge. So these two are together attracting ship. Always they are looking the opportunity to pump in their investment, and they want to use the knowledge exploitation to create some kind of wealth generation. So making the sustainable academic development. So we need to focus, as earlier several speakers they pointed out, in order to transform the workforce towards with the modernized environment. We need to do a lot for engaging the teaching community, research community, as well as industrial community. Now we are having the Gen Z population who are very much more usable for the government, are coming very challenging for the people who are non-millennial or millennial segments, because they are having some kind of non-gadgets available opportunity, or some kind of environment without power source also they have been had the experience. But nowadays the Gen Z population is quite familiar to the gadgets, and the technology is the must one for them. Without technology they cannot able to learn anything, explore anything, experience anything. So nowadays the schools they are engaging lot of activities for this kind of new Gen Z population, how to cater the educational needs for them. So we need to think about the future of work, especially for the three segments: culture, where we are engaging and empower the workforce to align with the necessary skill sets to cope up with the digital environmental conditions, as well as getting some kind of workforce to collaborate between humans as well as technology-driven environment. Very challenging kind of attitude, but we can able to the place where the simulation on-job training or experiential learning can able to the another one is the workspace, where we can able to connect and create the environment. It is making them to learn something, and it is going to applicable for their futuristic performance in the workplace. So we need to create all together to look about, and these are six segments we can able to think about how do we able to process it for the future of work. The challenges and assumptions as of now, it is the translation period or transient period. We are having both the ways, the manual jobs as well as machine oriented jobs, automated equipments, or some kind of autonomous vehicles. So it is a kind of transforming conditions. We need to meet out with all these challenges and risks, how we can able to tackle all these, as well as create the team to lead with the more suitable approach. And we have to define how we can able to plan well for the future of work. And we need to prepare some kind of training or some kind of mentoring through the communications for the future of work, as well as we need to experiment. We have to train them, we have to expose the employees to take in action. That is the way we can prepare the manpower source towards with align with the machine power source, and implement some kind of activities to change.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sorry to interrupt, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, your slide is not moving, sir. It is still in the first slide.
But my computer is moving.
Sir, please click on the slideshow, sir. Sir, next to that 65. No, sir. No, your slide is not seen now.
Okay, I'll go back again. Now, can you see?
Yes, sir. Your slide is visible, but it is still in the first slide, sir. Title slide.
Wait. I don't know because my computer I could see the movement. That's why I
Okay,
continued.
okay, sir.
But thank you for your remarks.
I have intimated that it is not seen in the WhatsApp, so I've just conveyed the information.
So is it visible now?
Sir, the web page is visible, sir, but we are seeing existing and planned facilities.
Madam, sorry to interrupt you,
Yes,
principal here. See, sometimes
yes, sir.
some browsers will not support, though they made it as a full screen or slide view, may not be possible to see others. So that is then some issue, some bug is there.
Yes.
So at least no slide can be every time he has to minimize and has to move. So better let him go with
No.
normal mode and he can move to the.
Okay,
Is it?
okay, sir, okay. Sir, please open your PowerPoint, sir.
Can you see the slide?
No, sir, I'm just visualizing a web page, sir.
Because I can have only one window PowerPoint slides now.
Your PowerPoint is visible now, sir. Wait.
Wait. Is it visible? Because I think it's visible.
Yes, we are getting it, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it moving now?
We are in sustainable academic development. Fourth slide, sir.
Okay. So the sustainable academic development has three segments, which the education, research, as well as entrepreneurship. Education is the value addition for knowledge dissemination and training or preparing the workforce through the apprenticeship training or learning some kind of ethics and culture. Whereas the knowledge, the research environment, research centers providing the new technology development or knowledge creations. The entrepreneurship always looking for the new area where they wanted to pump in the money to exploit the knowledge as well as create the new wealth generations. Is it moving? Hello?
No.
Is it?
Sir, you just click on the next slide, sir. It will appear here. You click
Yeah,
on the fifth slide, sir.
yeah. So the gene is a population that is the new era after 2000 years, year 2000 they born, and they are having this kind of experience through the gadgets, especially the digital sources. So they are very much required all these supports for their learning. So every schools now they are transforming their needs to fulfill with the gene Z population. So it is a big challenge for us towards with the new environment. How do we able to create for them to learn something and able to provide some kind of facilities or necessary arrangements? That is the ambition we have now. And the future of work, we have to segregate for the three groups: culture, as well as force and the workspace. So the culture, we have to engage and align the skill sets to match towards with the challenges. And the force, we have to create some kind of novel collaboration between the humans as well as the technology-driven environments. And the space, we have to connect well for secure work environment, which are making the comfortable work in the workplace environment where they are engaging towards with the manual job as well as machine oriented atmospheres. And we must think about six-step process where we must need to analyze the challenge and the assumptions, some kind of myths. We have traditional values, we have some kind of segments for the belief or some kind of sentimental things. So we need to go and think about the challenges and assumptions to think the risks. How do we able to transform the new environment for amiable for the people who can able to put forth for their futuristic workforce, as well as create the new team who are making more efforts and making the lead for the next generation technologies. And define your future of work. You have to plan well, you have to strategize well, and you have to make it comfortable for the people to adapt and explore. That is the way we must need to engage some kind of fruitful training. That is the way we have to communicate very effectively, efficiently for engaging the workforce to learn and transform to the new skills. And we must think about the experiment and empower. How do we able to engage the employees to learn new things and meet out with the challenges towards with the goal sets to achieve. And we must think about the board of directors or board of company groups which are giving some kind of inputs or some kind of valuable views. That is also in order to consider, because sometimes they may not be ready, or sometimes the financial constraints are there, or the government may not derive some kind of compliance regulations. How do we able to address all these things? So it is all required for the board of groups. So the research, especially in 2030, what is shaping tomorrow's research? The landscape, mostly we have to think about the research intelligence gateway that is making the new reliability sources as well as analytical tools. Now the big data sources are very huge, and we are using artificial intelligence to intervene with the data sources. Data analytics or data science or data scientist jobs are going to come very enormously. There are more demands for them. So how do we able to plan what stage of our research, what is our focus for answering some kind of problems, or how do you manage your workforce? How contribute something better towards the before your evaluation, planning, as well as preparing the roadmap. How do you project the roadmap to finish your project way, and how do you secure which are very essential for securing your running it comfortable. Current research trends, how do we able to think about the currents of authors towards with the modernized research environment? There are many publications related to the concept of digital design, factories of the future, that is the smart model factory kind of environment where the robotics and automation equipments are playing a lot, and smart manufacturing environment where the machine sources are very enormously supporting for the people to fast space manner to produce the materials products without any errors like that. And industry 4.0, as previously the person they have mentioned, now we are in the era of industry 4.0, and we are going towards with industry 5.0. I will tell about that later. And digital transformation as well as robotics environment, these are all the important things you have to segregate for futuristic publications or procuring some kind of projects, get aligned with the government grants or industry partnerships. This is another diversity of modern research disciplines to lead for futuristic world. This is the model from IBM. You are all very well known about them. And IBM has created the diversity of disciplines: artificial intelligence, blockchain ecosystem, quantum computing, Internet of Things, security, cloud computing, system designs as well as development, semiconductor platform and technology sources, biological science research, or physical science research. And these are all the modern, you are all already well versed about, because you are all mechatronics group. Virtual reality, augmented realities are going to play a crucial role. Hologram projection, like it is also going to come tomorrow. We may not have our handphone like this. These hologram projections are making a lead for that, and 3D printing technology is also going to add on value for our futuristic things. Artificial photosynthesis, it is also creating some kind of new energy sources to produce so many areas. 5G technology in Singapore, it is already in trial, and I have visited the place. They are put forth their efforts as well as preparations for the 5G atmospheres to get ready in Singapore. And this deductions through your eyes, how to characterize the people, how to be able to familiarize with the teachers are helping. And autonomic vehicles, robotics, artificial intelligence, smart home atmospheres, drones technology, and some kind of digital sources which are going to support for healthcare. So these are all the components available with the new generation technology. What is Industry 4.0 for manufacturing? Automations, data technologies. I already mentioned about the big data sources or digital sources, and integration of the softwares along with the equipments, which are automated equipments, and the people will engage, and it is monitoring towards with the IoT, Internet of Things. These are all reduce the risk as well as enhancing the workforce to play well, as well as the manufacturing company is performing well. And Industry 4.0 engaging the automation equipment, big data source, cloud computing, autonomous instruments or equipments, Internet of Things, as well as data management aspects. We have to
Sir,
engage.
sorry, sir,
Yes,
sorry to interrupt you.
Hello.
Sir, slide is not moving, sir.
but my side it is moving. I don't know why it is not. So,
Still it is, now okay. Sir.
wait. I don't know why it is not supporting.
You give slide so, sir.
Yeah, slide. So I put full view. My side it is perfect. It is showing the full view for me, but I don't know why it is not.
Okay, sir. You proceed, sir.
Wait. Can you see the slides now? Is it moving for you?
Yes, sir. Now it is moving.
I don't know why the full view, if I transform it can.
It is not full view, sir.
Sir, kindly press F5, sir.
Okay, I go like this. I don't know whether it is visible for you or not because it would be very small.
Okay.
But I don't know why it is not functioning well for. But I used to give the same thing for Team, Microsoft Team, and
Okay.
Google Meet. All things are working, but I don't know why it is not working today. Yesterday also I presented for Karur College, government
Okay.
college.
Okay.
So okay, we can manage, we can tackle the situations.
Okay.
These are all the factors for new generation technology. You have to focus, as already mentioned, the augmented reality, holograms, smart home environment, autonomous vehicle, electric vehicle, 3D printing technologies, and all. This is the Industry 4.0 where we can play together with automation, data technologies, integration of software equipment, as well as the people through some kind of control through Internet of Things. And the Industry 4.0 comprising with all these factors like automation equipments, big data sources, cloud computing, autonomous vehicles or autonomous equipments or instruments, Internet of Things, data analytical tools like data management supports. And we must think about the R&D clusters because it is not suddenly coming into the picture, but it is the support background support prepared from the R&D places. They are preparing the new technologies, innovative ideas, proof of concepts to test as well as validate, as well as prepare the lead optimization to produce the novel product or services. So the academic institutions are playing crucial role for doing some kind of R&D work, procuring the funding source from government or some private industrial partnerships, and the research institutions in the national level or state level research institutions also contributing the technology support for the people who wanted to acquire from them some kind of equipments or instruments also available in the national facility research centers. And the local companies who are having the problems and they are looking for the opportunity to tie up either with the research centers or to the academic environment, they want to do the fruitful research to lead for the next level of solutions to solve the problems. And we must think about the innovative ecosystem, engaging the colleges or universities along with the industry partnership and procuring the support from either NGO because CSR funding sources are available from some kind of NGOs, non-governmental organization. Melinda Bill Gates funding sources available. Lady Tata Memorial Groups, they are supporting for some kind of scholarships or some kind of Infosys scholarship, Pro scholarships also available. So we can think about a lot of way how do we able to prepare the innovative ecosystem along with the government sectors as well as private equity or some kind of investors forum. And this is the cartoon for business ecosystem where the customer is the Lord, customer is the God. Without customers, we cannot able to successfully launch anything. So according to their needs or according to their demands, we have to prepare well for the business ecosystem to work well. And we can able to contribute the better things for along with the alignment of research centers, large company pipeline industries, major multinational companies to procure some kind of supports or source from the small medium enterprises along with the university corridor to create a kind of business ecosystem together. So now the era for institute and industry partnership era. So we must think about the startup ecosystem or some kind of incubation cell like MHRD, IIC also create the value for that. So we must think about this kind of ecosystem. And the incubation cell, business incubation, where we have to engage different people like mentoring people, coaches, some experts who can able to validate the idea through the incubation center, about to formulate the research or enterprise cell, as well as engaging some kind of social entrepreneurship people to put together the values and create the business incubation environment. And this is the another model I want to emphasize. A-Star is the premier research institute of Singapore, and they are providing the accelerator platform for companies. And we are the company, we wanted to procure some kind of source or resources from the research centers. Maybe we have some problem and we want to find the solution. We can engage this accelerator platform to work together with the A-Star, the premier research institute, the scientists, or some kind of workforces. They can work along with us. The funding can be procured from the government side because government is willing, but it is partially engaged by the industry, and the majority of the funding sources we can get from the government. That is the way the accelerator platform is supporting. And this is the another way the knowledge source as well as the technology driven supports. It is supporting a lot for the smart medium enterprises because most of the companies they may not have the R&D, full structured R&D. Either the way they need to get the outsource support or sometimes they have to engage this kind of collaboration or partnership. That is the way they have to create the core joint projects, and they have to find out the solution for the specific needs. And this is another model for Singapore Manufacturing Federation had tied up with the A-Star groups to model factory, where the automation equipment, IoT sensors, some kind of intelligence force they are using. So many companies, they are looking for the opportunity, how do they able to engage their futuristic